Hey, this is Matt, Mad Boostin'. If anybody has any questions for me about any of my videos, here's a good time to ask. I'll put on my glasses so I can read your comments. They don't look good, but I can read better. So, if you have any questions about any of my cars, any of my videos, anything, maybe ideas you need to know, here I am. I can answer some of this stuff. So, it's a Saturday afternoon, and I'm just relaxing in the garage at about 100 degrees. It's kind of warm, so I'm kind of topless, but I'm not going to show you all that. Just head and shoulders, that'll work. And if you want me to go around the garage and show you some of my cars or share some ideas, feel free to, make a comment, and I will do that. This is the first live video I've done since I started Mad Boosting, and you can feel free to ask questions. And, well, until you ask me some questions, maybe I'll just go around my garage and give you some subjects to ask questions on. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Got to get the right hand in the job. Back here's the Turbo Buick. It's pretty cool. And then in back of me is my Ford Expedition, which I've done a nice intake and exhaust on. It's a great little vehicle. Let's walk around the garage, see if there's any subjects y'all want to know about. Turn on the lights. All right. Walk around the garage, look at the Turbo Buick. Look at that little engine sitting there. I'll even start it so you can hear it. If you want to hear the old Turbo Buick idling, we can turn it on for a few minutes and let you hear that big cam at idle. All right, here we are inside the Buick. There's the dash. Let's fire this thing up. Listen to that idle. Doesn't that sound great? It's a big old cam. turn the Buick off. Well, let's see. Look at some other cars. There's my Z31. Trying to troubleshoot a problem right now. It decided not to spark. I've got the nice new turbocharger installed in it. And let's see if we can take a peek at it. There's that big GT. I'm having an issue spark right now. I changed the crank angle sensor and it's still acting up, so I've got to troubleshoot that some more. That's just the nature of the beast. Here's my Z. Do a little walk around. Nice tinted windows, T-tops, nice T-top roof. And in my garage, you can see all these factory intakes I've taken off over the years. Sure been a lot of them. Not a big fan of factory intakes, as you can see. I've installed a lot of aftermarket ones over the years. And there's an old Nissan Z engine right there. That's from a 1970 Nissan Datsun 240Z. I'd like to sell that engine. It's all original. To anyone that wants a 240Z engine, let me know. I got it. Then I've got this nice 1995 Mustang GT 5-liter engine with a Tremec 5-speed. It's going to go in my 1979 280ZX Turbo. And it's going to get a couple turbos, maybe a supercharger if I feel like it. There's a 3.8 Ford right there that came out of a Ford Thunderbird. And on that engine stand right there is the original engine from my Turbo Buick. This is the original 3.8 liter sequential fuel injected turbocharged engine from my 87 Buick Regal. I'm thinking about rebuilding the engine, putting a nice big stroker crank in it, which is right here. Yeah, there we go. We got this performance stroker crankshaft, 3.625 millimeter. All right, how am I doing today? Funny farts, smell funny. There we go. There's an interesting thing. I'm making the best of things, you know, in this way things are going these days. Making the best of things. Under this cover right here is a 383 prep block that I've still got to build. Take some parts out of my storage container and build this to a 383 stroker. And I've got some turbo headers for it, so I'm going to throw those on there, throw some turbos on there and have some fun. So many projects. I never get all done. Greets from Germany. Hey, hello Germany. All the ancestors on my father's side are from Germany, so I'm half German. So hey, greetings to Germany. I'm ready to drive that German Autobahn, and I want to take one of my cars, or, hey, rent a car in Germany and drive the Nordcliffe Nürburgring. I've always wanted to drive the Nürburgring and see how I do. Of course, in a performance car of some kind, maybe a Porsche all-wheel drive, or maybe a Skyline GTR if there's one around, or a Nissan GTR. I'd love to drive one of those. Walking around the garage. Here's the T04E. I took off the red 300ZX Turbo and installed the GT3582, which is about the size of that. So you can see the differences in these two turbochargers. This T70 is almost the same size as the GT3582, but you look at the two turbos, you can see which one has a lot more boost and volume. Walk back to the Turbo Buick again. Hello, Turbo Buick. Hello, Turbo Buick. And hello, original engine to the Turbo Buick. And I got a bunch of parts on my shelves that are going to go into cars. Anybody like Smokey and the Bandit? Look at that. I've got a commemorative Smokey and the Bandit 77 Trans Am front end decoration in my place. And there's my relaxing chairs to relax in the garage. The garage is my favorite home next to my home. There's my little toolbox. There's my little toolbox right there. It's got some personality to it. Shut the Buick Regal door. Let's get the key to the 03 Expedition, and I'll show you that a little bit. I've done a few things to the 03 Expedition. I can't leave nothing alone. It's got to be, you know, at least an intake and exhaust on the thing to give it some personality. Here it is right here. All right, there's my 03 Expedition. It has a 5.4 liter single overhead cam, 2-valve per cylinder engine. And here's what I did to the intake. I installed a special Spectre intake kit, and I opened my air box so it can breathe. Instead of breathing out of a tiny little hole right there, it breathes out of the entire filter. So there you go. As far as the exhaust goes, this has a Flowmaster muffler, and this one exits to a stock tip to give it a sleeper look. Yeah, this Expedition's pretty cool. It's a different one than I showed in the videos. The ones I showed in the videos, somebody wanted to buy it off me, so I sold it. So we'll go in this little Expedition and let's hear the engine. I like engines. Now hear that. Hear that? Yeah. Sounds good. Get that air clear. Okay. Here. White little band going down the road, because that's what the factory sounds like. Ooh, I like the sound of that thing. And now we got old Blue right here just hanging out. Old Blue's hanging out right here, just waiting for me to take it for a drive. Back in the garage, you got the Z31. I like katanas. You got a few of them on the wall and some tools and other things on the wall. My garage is kind of a mess, but I know where most of the stuff is. Look at all these factory intakes that are just crap. I try to improve it with some extra flow, but I prefer performance intake on them anyway. You know, performance intakes where you got breathing air all the way around them, not just some tiny little hole like this. Look at that little snorkel. Big air filter, big engine, little trumpet intake. Those things are garbage. I don't know why the factory puts them on. Well, I know, really. It gets worse gas mileage and worse economy, and it burns more fuel, and the gas companies are happy and pay them money. It's all about the money, really. You know, at least that's my thoughts on it. Well, let's see. Let's look at some other cars. Who wants to see the Ford F-150? My twin-turbo F-150. That's a good little vehicle to look at. Kind of fun. Yeah. 1980 Buick Regal Turbo Sport Coupe. Just for fun, we'll fire it up. Been a little while since I turned it on, so let's fire it up. There we go. This Buick has a 3.8 liter draw-through turbocharged V6. Now what it is I'll show you the engine and explain how it works. There's old Blue again. All right, let's open up 80 Buick Regal Sport Coupe. Now you can see here, there's the 4-barrel carburetor and a little air cleaner for it. Now that turbocharger I fabricated to fit from the 1987 Buick Regal. That's the original turbo from the 87 Regal. I fabricated to fit the 80 since it's a much better turbocharger. I also converted to external wastegate because it's more effective than the internal wastegate, which is locked out. So what it is air comes in, mixes with the fuel, goes into the intake of the turbo's compressor, and the fuel and air mixture together get forced fed into the engine's intake manifold. So that's how draw-through turbo works. In case you ever wanted to know about draw-through turbocharging, here is the real McCoy. Here is the real draw-through turbo Buick Regal that they started with before they fuel injected them in 1984. And they perfected it in 86, and then 87 was the last year, and that's where my Turbo T Limited comes in. Rev it up a bit. Sounds pretty mean, don't it? It's a fun car to drive, too. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking the stroker engine out of the black Buick and putting it in this car with the draw-through carburetor setup, because I'm kind of tired of that. How you doing? What's up, buddy? All right. Well, I talked about the 80 Turbo Buick Sport. Now we're going to look at the 2020 F-150 twin turbo EcoBoost. F-150 four-wheel drive. Fun vehicle. My live video didn't work too well. I kept getting cut out and having to restart over again. So, well, that's my first live video I've ever done, and had a couple people give some comments, so at least I got to talk to some of y'all. But I was trying to get over to the F-150 to do some things to it, and then all of a sudden I got cut off for some dumb reason. But anyway, thanks for watching Mad Boosting, and this is my first live video. I'll try it again sometime when it's not like 103 degrees outside and everything starts getting hot, and all of a sudden, maybe that's why the camera cut off a few times. My live feed on my phone, it overtemped. I saw this little thermometer on my phone. It said it was too hot, so I guess it's too hot to finish this video. But hey, I gave you a little bit, and it's my first live video I've ever done. Say bye to the Buick. Say bye to the Expedition and the 86 300ZX Turbo. And I'll do a video sometime when I figure everybody's not working, maybe on a Saturday or something. I'll do another video, and hey, please like, subscribe, and share. I've got all kinds of videos out there. I've got probably around 210 videos, and they don't have very many views, so I'd appreciate if they get shared a bit and everybody gets to view them and all that good stuff. So, hey, thank you, and have a great day now. Hope you're not as hot as I am.